with about 100 metres to go. It's clear. Golden Path for Bowie Mertens. This is a Flemington win for Pete. And Golden Path trotted in one at 3 lengths. Lounge Bar Ruby second. And
welcome back to the channel, everybody, for Group 3 Sir John Monash Stakes Day. Spring is in the air there. Stakes race is starting to come about. It's only a short amount of time to the MMC, but can't wait for this card. There's a lot of value on this card. A lot of each way chances and a couple of roughies I'm pretty keen on top. So let's get into the preview and find the winners. Hopefully what we can do is bounce back off last weekend, only having the one winner in Golden Path who got us out in the last. But let's get into the preview and hopefully bounce back from last week. Race number 1 at Caulfeild is a 2-year-old filly's handicap over the 1100 metres, and I'm with Spicy Margs on top, right down the bottom. Pretty keen on its chances, drawn the 1 with 55 kilos for Bo Mertens. Ran in the Ottawa Stakes at Flemington during the Carnival. Showed sustained speed from barrier number 1 to lead easily, but tired late. Been given a good break. I think she could return with a win here. Lightweight, barrier 1, good speed on, in the right stable for 2-year-olds. At $6, I think it's over the odds from Streetwise for second, who's also accepted its sale for Friday. So don't know where it's going to go, but it's over the odds if it runs here. The breeding is good and has jumped out and trialled well. Sensical can run well for Damien Oliver and Peter Moody. Don't know how many rides Damien Oliver's had for Peter Moody, but a combination that can run well. And Pure Paradise, 2 seconds to start its racing career, and I think can win this. It's a very open race, but I'm with Spicy Marks on top to lead, kick, win, and at $6, it's just a good price. 25 the win. Race number 2 at Caulfeild is a benchmark 78 handicap over the 2,000 metres, and I'm with Aristonous here, and I think it's an absolute moral. I think it'll be winning here if it comes down to Melbourne. Josh Parr in the settle for Annabelle Neesham. Drawn a bit sticky in barrier 13, but has been explosive in its 2 wins since arriving in Australia, and I'm pretty confident in this horse. If it comes to Melbourne instead of running in Sydney, it will be just winning. Mayfair Spirit for second. Was very good last start, running second. Wirimu Pin takes a claim for Mar users, bringing the weight down to 56.5. Drawn a bit sticky in 12, though. Trosette, I thought, could run well. Was very good last start. In a good race, and Marshall Eagle comes out of the same race and can run well. But Aristonous on top, Caulfeild race 2, 50 the win if it comes south. Race number 3 at Caulfeild is a 3-year-old handicap over the 2,000 metres, and I am with So Sleek on top. Really confident on this horse for Mar Eustace and Matty Cartwright, who takes the claim, bringing the weight down. And I think this horse is very hard to beat here. Has had the 4 starts for the 1 win in the 2 seconds. It was a very gallant second last start at Flemington, not getting clear to the final 50 metres, and I think can rectify that here and win, score another win on the board. From Artzino for second, was favourite last start coming out of the same race as So Sleek, and has been well back for this, but I can't see why there's support, because they were in the same spot at the top of the straight, and Artzino finished well back and well behind So Sleek. So it's going to be interesting to see how this race is run. Fun Sunday comes down from Sydney for Brad Woodrup, Joe McNeil to take the rub with the lightweight, and Moveforlex, can run well at $34. But So Sleek on top, 25 the win. Caulfeild race 3. Race number 4 at Caulfeild is a 3-year-old filly's handicap over the 1,400 metres, and I'm pretty keen here on Born Hustler. I think $19 is way over the odds, considering from the wide barrier, Laura Lafferty should be able to take this horse to a forward position, either leading or sitting just off the leaders, where it doesn't look a lot of speed in this race. So could control it in front, and if it gets control in front, it'll be awfully hard to beat with 56 kilos. Be good its last 3. And I think it's hard to beat here with a forward running position, and $19 is over the odds. And a heater can run well for Celine Gaudry, coming out of a good win last start. Hazel Baby was disappointing, I thought, last start, but Carleen Heffel takes the claim, gets the weight off from barrier number 10 for Mar Eustace, and Snick can run well with the 51 kilos for Tatum Bull and John Sadler at $41. But Born Hustler, race 4 for mine. I think it's over the odds. Happy to have it. 15 the win. Race number 5 at Caulfeild is a benchmark 78 handicap over the 1,400 metres, and Riverplate, he goes round again, and I'm confident he can score again. Was a dominant winning first up, was never going to lose after a really impressive trial win and I think can repeat the dose here for Celine Gaudreau. Takes the weight off, brings the weight down to the 59 kilos, carried the 62.5 last start, and still got the job done at benchmark 70 level. It has to rise up in grade, but he's been very competitive at this distance and this grade before. Loves the distance of 1400 meters, 4 starts for the 2 wins and a third, and can run well here, and I think will be winning. Hennessy lad, probably the class runner in the race. The untapped 3-year-old can run really well here from Monarch of Egypt for third, and Polanco is way over the odds of $26. He's going to run a cracker. But I'm with Riverplate in the 5th, 30 the win, and 10 the place on Polanco. Race number 6 at Caulfeild is a benchmark 100 handicap over the 1400 metres, and I am with Brigantine on top. Just brings the best form into the race. Ben Mellon for James Cummings with the 58.5 kilos from barrier number 4 should settle right behind the leaders here. Soft track, perfect. 3 from 5 on wet ground. Loves the distance and has a placing at Caulfeild, and I think it's just the one to beat here. At 250, even that price is very, should be a lot shorter. And I'm pretty confident it'll take a bit of bidding here if it comes south. Also accepted up in Sydney. Poland for second. I think can run a cracker of a race. Was good first up. Billy Penn takes a claim with barrier number 1. Could lead here and beat it for a long way. Beehunter can run well with the lightweight on the backup from the Winter Championship final last week. And Sosi Bond, the old boy, goes round again. Couldn't quite have him on top because he's got the big weight, but does draw well. But Brigantine race 6 Caulfeild for mine, 30 the win. The class runner to win. Race number 7 at Caulfeild is a 3-year-old handicap over the 1100 metres, and I am with Smile and Wave and Flying on a Limb. I found it very hard to split both of them, but I've narrowly got Smile and Wave on top just from Flying on a Limb, but I got to put the strategy on both of them. Smile and Wave was very good last campaign, winning 2 out because of the bleed. Craig Newitt comes back, rides the horse with the 54 kilos and has drawn well in barrier number 6, and I think will lead here and be in it for a long way. Just how much fitness it's got after the long layoff, I don't know, but they say back bleeders when they return, they run a hell of a race. I think Smile and Wave can do that here. Flying on a Limb obviously looks to be the one to beat. 3 on the trot, looks to improve on that score here, down to the 55.5 kilos with Luke Campbell's claim. Draws a tad wider than 14, though will get plenty of air. King coming down from Sydney needs to turn its form around, but has a lightweight with 52.5. And Greyt Mumma, I think, can run well for Billy Penn as well for Anthony and Sam Freeman, but draws a bit wide. Smile and Wave, Flying on a Limb, 20 the win on Smile and Wave, 10 the win on Flying on a Limb. Race 7 Caulfeild. Race number 8 at Caulfeild is the penultimate race of the day. It's the Group 3 Sir John Monash Stakes at the 1100 metres, and I'm pretty keen here on ingratiating for the Cummings and Ben Mellon combination again here. First up, barrier number 4, favourite currently, and I still think there's a value in that price of 440. He has a very good record first up, being 5 starts for 3 wins in his second. Loves wet tracks and has run well at the distance before, and loves Caulfeild. His Vane Stakes win here last spring was absolutely dominant, so I think can run really well here and win because there's just so much speed. He'll be sitting off them and charging late. Sigh for second, the one that's race fit and showing a lot of potential for Peter Mooney, Carleen Hevel. Malkovich likely goes too hard in front and fails, but can still run well. And Flying Mascot can run well with the 56.5. Just think she's going to be better over further, though. Damien Oliver, I think, would have had the choice between riding Ingratiating and Flying Mascot, and he's chosen Flying Mascot, so I think it's a leading way to follow the leading jock. But Ingratiating on top in the Group 3 Sir John Monash Stakes, 25 the win. Race number 9 at Caulfeild is a benchmark 84 handicap over the 1700 metres, and this mark and the market for this race is just purely wrong. I think Chandon Burj should be favourite, and a quite short favourite here because it all points to this horse winning. Third up, lightweight, barrier number 1, leader in the race, Jai McNeil aboard. I'm pretty keen on this horse in the last race here. 2 from 2 third up, 3 from 5 on soft tracks, and with the addition of having barrier number 1 to lead easily, $11 is just the wrong price. The Nephew for second, I think, can run well for Patrick Payne. Been really good this campaign, working up to a win. Flash Flood, good winner last start. And Vitruvius, I thought it was over the odds at $10. Was a barnstorming finish to beat Tasman Park, who has since run well on Wednesday. But Chandon Burj on top, race 9, Caulfeild, 30 the win in the last. Thank you everyone for watching my preview for Group 3 Sir John Monash Stakes Day. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope I find some winners. It was very poor last week, but hopefully can bounce back here, and I look forward to seeing everybody next week for the meeting at Flemington for the Flemington Cup. Can't wait for that card, but let's get on with Caulfeild first and find the winners. Confident on a few on this card.